पुढल्या प्रश्नाकडे या श्री अलेक्स लॉरेन्स.
Speaker sir, I may be permitted to ask question number 6C.
Per cyclostyle.
Speaker sir, sand has been extracted, and in the reply I have been given that estuaries by manual methods by traditional communities is permitted under regulatory mechanism. I want to ask the Honorable Minister or whether the government how is it permitted, and what is whether any fees are taken, what is the mechanism involved in this type of activity?
Sir, Speaker sir, as per the notification dated 6/2011, sand extraction is not allowed in the CRZ areas. In Goa, no mining or extraction of sand takes place along the beaches as well, but it is traditionally taking place in the estuarine areas. Since the sand extraction was being permitted by the Directorate of Mines and Geology under the minor mineral rules, these permissions are usually granted to the traditional sand extractors in the riverine areas of Tirakol, Chapara, Mandovi, Zuari and Sal. These areas are located close to the close proximity of the mouth of the respective estuary. The activity is carried out manually with the help of canoes, rafters and with traditional implements. The permissions earlier granted by Mines and Geology have now lapsed. GCZMA has issued directions to the Director, Mines and Geology on 18th March 2011, on 19th May 2011, 24th 8th, that is August 2011, 14 September 2011, including the Deputy Collector Ponda, to ensure that the extraction of sand does not take place. These directions are to be implemented. MOEF has also relaxed the conditions and made sand extraction by manual means a permissible activity.
Speak.
In fact, as per the office memorandum dated 8th November 2011, issued by the Government of India Ministry of Environment and Forests, removal of sand in the coastal regulation zone area of rivers, estuaries by manual methods by the traditional communities is permitted with a regulatory framework. And the regulatory framework states the following: that the district collector shall chair a committee consisting of concerned officials, so as also at least one representative of each from a scientific or technical institute, the local communities like the fisher folk and the local civil society. Based on the recommendations of the above committee, the district collector will then permit such removal of sand in the specified time period in a particular area along with specific quantity subject to such conditions such as registration of local community persons permitted to remove the sand manually. The environmental official at district level will monitor the removal of sand and submit to the collector as may be specified, say the quantity that is of sand that is removed in the period concerned. The above permits shall be renewed on yearly basis. Speaker sir, the regulatory process has not started yet in the state of Goa, as the regulatory framework is not put in place. However, pursuant to the Supreme Court order on minor minerals, the Director of Mines and Geology is framing guidelines for extraction of minor minerals, which also include sand.
Speaker, sir. Yeah. See, I have a simple question. I have said that traditional methods are permitted. Rightfully, Honorable Minister has said that they are permitted. But I have asked one simple question, whether they have any regulations. Because what I am on a simple question. Now, for example, sand extraction which takes place along the river. Now, everywhere it is said in the answer, it is illegal. Actually, sand extraction is going on. There is no revenue also. There is no revenue being taken. He says traditionally it can be done. I am on a simple question whether if traditional methods can be given, why revenue is not collected? Why license is not given to them? Because traditionally they are allowed. Because somewhere we have to draw the line for the simple reason that there is in fact the answer is as per what has been given. So I just want to know.
Has already placed before you the regulatory mechanism for giving licenses.
Speaker sir, तो license उलयता पळय ते Director of Mines and Geology करता. Environment Ministry license दिना. They only permit you through the regulatory mechanism. Their job is only to control, because this is only related to sand in CRZ area. If the sand is not in CRZ area because of some reason, then that does not. Director of Mines are the persons who are issuing the licenses. His question has to be separate to issued to the Director of Mines. Tari Sudha she has given the clarification to him, saying that new rules are under formulation. August is the deadline of Supreme Court. Before August, we will notify the new rules and grant permission to all traditional people.
Because a connected question. Where will all areas will be permitted along the bed? What is the criteria that will be involved? Whether any study is going to be made, and how much is going to be the quantity visible?
Question. That is what I
connected to CRZ. Why
no.
Speaker sir, why I am saying?
Because sir, mining license is not CRZ question. Mining
Speaker
license
sir,
is
I am on a question. Speaker sir, let me.
Tomorrow under regulatory mechanism, CRZ may permit.
Speaker sir,
but that does not mean Mine Department will permit. Mine Department will still say no under their own rules. तरी सुद्धा आता सांगले की एकदा रेग्युलेटरी मेकॅनिझमचे हे जाले आमचो नवीन रूल्स फॉर्म्युलेट जाले की वी विल इश्यू लायसन्स.
Because one more point. One more point.
Subject to CRZ.
CRZ related only. Because why I am saying there is no mechanism हुई कितली रेंव काडपाची, हुई कितली करपाचे, because there is bed is uniform bed na along the CRZ coast. There is along the wherever sand is been extracted, uniform na kitli kadpache. At least that is coming in CRZ. How much to do it? Whether there is going to be any study taken before
all mining licenses are issued by Director of Mines and Geology and not CRZ. CRZ is only, it is the same thing like when you have to go to CRZ for construction of a hotel or a room. CRZ gives you NOC, but that does not absolve you from taking license from Panchayat. You have to ultimately take license from Panchayat. Same way, license has to be issued by the Director of Mines and Geology. It's a separate question. Let him ask separate question.
Speaker sir, one last question. Speaker, one last question. In fact, because of CRZ regulations only, sand was not given permission. Now I want to ask, because why I am asking a specific question, because CRZ, the sand extraction is CRZ matter. More so because of some court order. Now what I am asking, why, how much sand is to be extracted, what is to be done, CRZ has to specify. Without CRZ specifying, the mining department will not give a license. You can correct me on that.
सभापती महोदय, या विषयाचेर पयर अनेकदा मातशी चर्चा जाल्ली पुसटशी, पण माननीय मंत्र्यान जे उत्तर दिलां तातूंतल्यान स्पष्ट जाता की मायन्स डिपार्टमेंट जे परवाने दिता सँड काडपाक आणि एनवायरमेंट मिनिस्ट्री हांचे मदीं कांय ताळमेळ ना. आनी हो ताळमेळ नासल्या कारणान खूब प्रॉब्लेम जाता की जे कांय कडेन ट्रेडिशनल रेंवकार सुद्दां रेंव काडटात तांचेर निर्बंध कितें आसा. तुमी थांगा वचून पळयात, पेडणे वचून पळयात, तुमी आमोणे वचून पळयात, कितलेशे तुमी जुव्या वचून पळयात, जे रेंव काडपाक तांचे निर्बंध खंय आसा, कितें आसा, आमी दिसाक तांणी कितली काडली हाजे कितें मोजमाप जाता, थंय कितली खणटात हाजेर आमी खंय पळयता.
प्रश्न वेगळो आसलो जाल्यार सांगता. की हे सगळे CRZ हो विषय आणि अन्य काही कारणामुळे हो विषय सुप्रीम कोर्टा फुडें आशिल्लो. सुप्रीम कोर्टान काही डायरेक्शन्स दिल्ली आहा. ताज्या अंडर मायनर मिनरलचे सगळे रूल जे आसा ते कंप्लीट आमी बदलपाचे हातून आसा. ते ऑगस्ट पर्यंत नोटिफाय जावंक जाय म्हणून सुप्रीम कोर्टान डेडलायन दिले. ताज्या पयलीं ते नोटिफाय जातले ऑगस्टाचे पयलीं. ते नोटिफाय जाले की हे प्रश्न कोऑर्डिनेशनचे क्वॉन्टिटी बी सगळे ऑटोमॅटीक मेकळे जातले.
Shri Subhash Valdesai.
Speaker sir, I got the answer from the CM's clarification. No more question. Thank you.
पुढला प्रश्न श्री सुभाष Valdesai.
May I be permitted to ask Speaker sir question number 7A?
Answer as per cyclostyle sheet.
As per the written answer which I have received, I had asked a specific question regarding whether any buffer zone area, the area that is mentioned 646 square kilometers of area which comes under wildlife sanctuaries. But I have not received as far as buffer zone area, because I think the buffer zone so far it is not formulated or it is not identified which all the area which will come under buffer zone. Are there any steps taken, or have been the government of Goa or a Ministry of Forest from Goa is considered, or they have a say in this deciding the buffer zone area around the wildlife sanctuaries?
Speaker sir, the Forest Department has a say in deciding the buffer zones around these special areas. The buffer zones are being worked out by 2 committees and the report will be submitted shortly.
May I know which are the 2 committees those are formed to decide on the buffer zone, Speaker sir?
There are 2 committees formed to decide the buffer zone. One is the North Goa Division, Forest Division Committee, which will be led by the Deputy Conservator of Forest, and the other is a committee for the South Goa Forest Division, led by the Deputy Conservator of Forest.
Speaker sir, recently one committee which has visited most of the villages from South Goa, particularly I understand from Netulli Wildlife Sanctuary, a committee has taken into confidence the Sarpanch also, but whatever their observations of Sarpanch, they have not taken into consideration, but they have decided to have 5 kilometers as a buffer zone area, which would create problems for all those people who are residing in the hilly areas from Netulli or Netravali. If you look at it, even if it is within 5 kilometers, then most 75% of the geographical area from Samian constituency will come under the buffer zone and wildlife sanctuary, which will affect the livelihood of the people, because when it comes under buffer zone, there are so many restrictions which are put on like construction of house or cultivation areas and construction of roads, etc.
Speaker sir, the buffer zones are being worked out, so I have no statement to make on this. I request the honourable member to wait for the report.
Another small question, the last question that I would like to
just to conclude, those who have objection, they should put it in writing to the committee. The Sarpanch you are mentioning is a member of committee, so you should put his whatever he say in the committee.
शून्यकाल 0 hour.